Hello, everyone, and today I bring you good tidings. Today I want to talk about something that is very common in the mother continent. That is where you and I are coming from. If you are from the mother continent, we are very averse to, making it from point A to B when it comes to innovation and technological development. We don't like to climb the ladder when it comes to moving from the crude way of doing things and, let's say, the more mechanized or advanced way of doing it. For very little things, for small things, we tend to avoid making that migration from the very crude way of doing things to the more advanced way of doing it with very little things. Take for instance, I'm going to show you a video, but before I do that, let me also still give us a bit of a preamble, like a kind of background story around that. Ever since I was a little boy and I started visiting my ancestral home in the village where my father was born, this mode of climbing trees for palm wine tappers and palm fruit harvesters in my village have not changed. And I'm sure that even before I was born, that even before my father was born, that even before my grandfather was born, that this same method of scaling these palm trees haven't changed. So what they do, they tie very thick rope around the tree and around themselves, and then they use human force to scale the trees or to propel themselves like up and down the trees. I was born, my father was born, my grandfather was born. They all met our people doing things this way. So look at this video, then I'll be right back. So have you seen that video? Now, believe it or not, in your village, especially if you are from my part of the world in Nigeria, in my village, people have been, doing things the same way you saw them in the video that just played. No innovation. Generation to generation, nothing really changes. That's why when we complain about Oyibo coming to us and probably desecrating some of the ways that we did things, I think, in my opinion, we should also give them credit for some of the ways, especially technologically, for some of the new things that they introduced to us. Even at that, we fail to catch up. This second video that you're going to watch is in India or somewhere in Southeast Asia or any of those dwellings. Same thing, scaling up a tree. Same thing, climbing a palm tree. Same thing, climbing whatever tree. But this time without the rope that you saw in the same video. It came up, they improvised, it came up with a sort of technology, a machinery that would help them to easily navigate their way up and down the tree in a very safe way with less human power. Do you think I'm just exaggerating? Why is it that in the mother continent where you and I come from, that is very difficult for people to move from point A to point B or from point 1 to point 2 in terms of technology? So what if Oyibo didn't come to our dwellings? What do you think would have become if they didn't show up? Do you think that some of the ways that you do things nowadays, especially when it comes to innovation and technology, if Oyibo didn't come, would we have made that necessary migration? What do you think? And what do you think about these two videos that you just watched? What do you think? How is it, or how can it be that these our brothers from the oriental part of the world are able to make I don't even want to compare us to the West. How can it be that these our brothers from the oriental part of the world are able to make these very slight and sometimes very simple technological innovation or technological maneuver, or you can also call it technological migration, and in the mother continent we fail to do so? Tell me what you think, and do have a nice day. Thank you.